So Twitter, when it went away and became X, I think a lot of people got agitated with it. I didn't like it. I went away from Twitter. A lot of people, I think,
You went away from Twitter when? When was this? Before Elon took over?
no, after, after,
After. Okay, that's
yeah,
when I also, because the
huh.
whole the ethos kind of the the culture of Twitter changed.
Yeah.
Uh,
When Twitter
ev-
came in, everything changed, right? So,
yeah,
we just didn't like
it became
the way
X. Yeah.
it became X.
It-
It became very polarized. It became more hate stuff. And it was a transition period, and I think in US also that it kind of
yeah.
became a little and Elon was trying to buy Twitter, and then he bought Twitter, and it became a
Mm-hmm.
whole thing. I think that brought a lot of people into Substack because Substack,
Yeah.
I think, definitely
Absolutely.
capitalized on the fact that Twitter is going through this whole identity crisis,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
they kind of it was around 2021 when I actually got into Substack. I'm sure they started earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think Substack has a lot more reader, especially the people who want to read articles and newsletters, and so the reader base is very strong there.
Right.
Obviously,
Right.
the writers are also there quite a bit, but I saw something, I think
Hmm.
somewhere somebody had told me that the reader base is much higher. We've got Abhishek who joined. He's one of the person. He's an author from India. And
Oh,
thanks for joining, Abhishek. So Abhishek
hi Abhishek.
probably knows more about how big Substack is. I don't know, Abhishek, if you do, but we were just talking about whether Substack is bigger than Medium or not. That is the question, right? You were really grappling with. Um,
Yeah,
and if
because
you know,
living
yeah,
in India, I mean, my views are like, Substack only supports Stripe, and Stripe doesn't work in India, so it's
correct.
total. I mean,
Yeah,
it has got selective onboarding,
yeah.
so it's kind of broken here. So that's where Likhai comes into
We'll
picture.
talk about Likhai. So Likhai
Yeah,
is a very interesting concept. I want to let's have more people join, but then we'll start talking about it. But
sure.
yeah, Abhishek has a pretty good following, at least from my point of view. Abhishek's got a very good, I think, community that he's building on Substack. I see when he posts stuff, and he's a new author. He's got a new book, first book called "The Misadventures of Detective Ghanshyam."
Okay.
You should get your hands on it, and my nephew actually read it. I'm waiting to talk to Abhishek about the book. I still haven't read it, Abhishek, sorry, but I want to. But my nephew already read it. He's 9 years old, and he loved it.
Okay.
He
9 year
loved it.
old and is reading
He
okay.
so that is what I asked
Okay.
Abhishek first, whether it was kid friendly, right? And
Right.
Abhishek, he said yes, and then I said okay, I'll buy it for my nephew, and then he loved it. He just read it in a couple of days. And so I am trying to get him on the live with me.
Okay.
It's very difficult for a 9-year-old, but I want him to ask Abhishek some questions. So Abhishek, I have a grand idea
Mhm.
for our Substack live. Hopefully, it will come together pretty soon. so, but I
Cool.
see folks like Abhishek who are Indian writers, right?
Mhm.
There are others I've seen on Substack who are building a really good community on Substack. So like you've been on Substack for a while. I was surprised to see you've got a pretty good subscriber base and everything. Tell me
Yeah, I
about
start.
your story
Yeah,
on Substack.
I started Substack seriously in last year, Jan 25, I
Hmm.
think, or probably a
Good
couple
growth.
of months before that. And Substack was beautiful. I mean, it's like the great UI and everything. But for me, it went broken because I had an old Stripe account, and
Hmm.
Substack's Stripe is saying that we have stopped onboarding new accounts, and your
Hmm.
old account is defunct because you have not used it. And now I'm locked because I want to kind of test. If you're good, you can create value if you get money, right? You just writing for free, it doesn't make a lot of sense at the end of the day,
Yeah.
because you want to take writing seriously as a writer.
Yeah.
So I was very disappointed. Then I went to Medium, and it's got this partner program which is very mysterious. Like,
Yeah.
for last 1 year, it is my payment is stuck at $3, under three USD.
Yeah.
And I said, this is no way to make a living as a writer on Medium.
No.
That is
If
not
you
happening.
Yeah. So my story was exactly the opposite because I
Mm-hmm.
came from Medium to Substack, right? Because as I was saying earlier, I was on Medium first. I was making a
Right.
few dollars here and there. I'm like, few cents, and I get the Stripe payment saying $1 received and all that, right? And
Yeah.
and so and I wasn't in it for the money anyway. Like I have this passion for writing. I've had it for a long time. I just
Yeah.
didn't stick to one platform long enough that I didn't build a pretty good community. That is my fault. But I always had that passion, and so I moved away because Medium became a little that model I didn't like because you have to be a subscriber to read the articles. I don't like the fact that you have to pay to read. Now I will get to Likhai, but but your model is different, and I want to talk about that later. Um, but this I didn't see that it was really I know why Medium did it. They wanted to pay their writers, but that's where I think Substack said we will just take a cut. It seemed
Yeah.
better. Like you have so then you have this long runway to build it as you want it without really putting your content on paywall, and then let people kind of find your content, read it, like it, and then subscribe. Like, so I liked that whole organic approach of don't force anybody to read something by putting
Yeah.
paywall right in the front.
Yeah.
But then so that's why I think I liked Substack. But then the problem with Substack became Substack wants to be a lot more than what it wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, we were all thinking Substack is just going to be another writing platform, building this whole model. But then the notes feed, and then the work involved from a writer standpoint became a lot more. I
Mm-hmm.
have to do a lot on Substack to actually even get noticed. And as the platform, I think, grew and built, and if you
Yeah.
take a break in between, you're kind of screwed because I took a break for 6 months and I had to restart everything, right? Which is why
Yeah,
I started.
discovery is very difficult on Substack. I don't know.
Mm,
I mean, because my format is different, but I don't know about you. But I feel generally discovery is better on Medium. Like at least I get some comments on Medium.
yeah,
But Substack, I mean, except the people who follow me, like me, or like my newsletter, and a few come in
yeah,
here and there. But discovery is a little tough on Substack for an
agreed.
Indian writer. I don't know.
It's tough, especially if you don't bring in your own kind of audience, right? Because
Yeah, yeah.
and then, but that's where I see some folks able to mine what they say. They hit gold and they're now mining it. So when I talked to my friend and another Substacker called Jonathan Small last year in December, and he was going through this whole phase as well. For the most time, he has a very successful podcast. He's got a huge following. He's very well known in the industry. Some of the people that he brings in are celebrities that he lives in LA, I think, and he's got a really good following outside. But he struggled on Substack when in around 2021, 2022. So my conversation with him was about how did he crack Substack, and he said one note about Gen X he posted, and it just blew up. He didn't even
Oh,
expect
okay.
it. And then he decided, okay, he thought, okay, that is the gold I'm going to mine. And then he started mining
Mm-hmm.
on the Gen X. He kind of made that his niche. And then now he's got a very good, engagement and readership and community that he's
Mm-hmm.
building. He's still,
Mm-hmm.
he said he's still not making money, right? That is a whole
Mm-hmm.
different ballgame. So he's mined the gold. He found the gold. He's started mining it,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's still a long process for people like that who organically try to build any following,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're also struggling in a way, right? But it is
Right.
about finding that, I think, niche. If you find it, then you can start building a community, which is the least
Right.
you can do on Substack.
Mm.
Making money is a whole different ball game. I think that is not something that we
Right.
have to be. We need to be realistic that
Mm-hmm.
there's so much of content out there, so much of readers out there. Making
Yeah.
money is not an easy thing, and everybody just I had to get out of that whole mentality saying that this is not about money, right? Now, do you still
Right.
put some stuff on paywall? Yes, I think there are some stuff that I still put on under paywall, but I'm gravitating more towards Medium because I want more engagement, and that is what I miss on Substack, right? In this
Right.
whole drive to kind of get paid subscribers, I think
Mm-hmm.
we kind of lose out on the fact that, okay, who are your true connections? Do,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I think Substack Live is what I now like the most about Substack. is because the
Mm-hmm.
people I've met through Substack Live are becoming very solid connections. We WhatsApp each other. I'm becoming more so. If you can build that community and find
Mm-hmm.
those real connections, and I think that is a
Right.
value that you need to add first before trying to go paid. Na? So,
Sure. Sure.
so you've got about 1,500 or plus, right? About 1,500 plus
Yeah. Yeah. Something
subscribers.
15 to 1600 something, I think.
Yeah. So in a year, that is good. That is really good. So what did you have
No,
to do?
this is not organic. This is my contact list I've imported
Okay.
into it.
Okay.
So it's organic might be like 2025.
Yeah.
That's the only because organic growth I hardly seen anything like except one to a month.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So
so
do you post
that's why.
regularly?
Yeah, I mean, I used to post weekly. I've again started. Sometimes work happens and life happens, and you kind of miss that weekly cadence.
Hmm.
But generally, 15 days is my max. Like I mean,
Yeah.
it might it sometime it might have been a month. But again, I've got to a weekly cadence now. Last few weeks since Likhai has come out,
Yeah.
because now I've got like 25 articles to post on my Substack because I kind of summarize my Likhai
Yeah.
articles and I put it
Yeah.
on Substack
So yeah,
because
that's
you
one
need
thing. Yeah. Go ahead.
have potential to say.
Hmm. I think there was a little disconnection
Sure.
or a connection issue. But yeah, so
Yeah, yeah,
you post
yeah,
regularly, but on all platforms now. Because when I look at your Substack, everything you're posting it on a cadence, and
yeah,
then Medium, you're posting it. You're posting your articles,
yeah,
and then Likai, which is your own platform, which we'll talk
yeah,
about in a minute. You're also
yeah.
posting it. So, do you post the same content everywhere, or do you kind of figure out?
No, see, Substack is an aggregator for me where
Mm,
I aggregate all my weekly articles. I write like 24 articles a week,
mm,
AI complete. I have written a book in a month in AI completely. So
mm,
I'm totally, because when you got a story to tell, and you got many stories to tell, I think AI is good enough. People are
mm.
making a big hue and cry about AI,
Yeah.
using AI. I hate that I have to use AI so much, but I have to maintain that cadence. I have to
Mm,
put 24 articles as a new media, like kind of, because I have to take care of every reader's interest. Some
yeah.
people like movies. I have not been to a movie theater in 20 years. Like I've not seen a movie, and I'm writing reviews on movie because I'm doing deep research with Notebook LLM. Where I like to
Mm,
read reviews. I don't like to watch movies
yeah.
because Hindi movies 3.5 hours long.
Correct.
You feel it's criminal waste of time. So and you kind of review that movie, and I'm kind of post. Someone added me to a movie group. There are like 300 people there. So I
Yeah.
started doing movie reviews for them,
Good.
and
Okay.
I do this lot of aggregation for Substack, and Medium is individual articles,
Yeah. So you're
and I
using,
post.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
using writing as a tool to kind of bring community, find the communities, find those aggregates, and drive them to your new platform in a way.
Yeah. See, when I say a community, I really don't care for the global audience. I love that you've connected to me. It's
Mm,
not that I'm kind of deprecating this kind of connection,
mm,
but for me, the real reason, real connection is when I make my sister or my nephew or my
mm.
neighbor read my article.
Correct.
Because see, at
Okay,
the
that's
end of
your
the
word.
day, that's my world, which I feel we have lost it, because everyone is in silos. You
Correct.
can't understand. Like you and me can talk same language, but if I tell Substack to someone in my neighborhood or someone in my school, they have never heard of Substack. I mean, I was surprised. A guy who has lived in 30 countries, who sold a software company, and I told him about Substack last year. He's a angel investor, and he said, "What is Substack?"
Yeah.
I was so shocked, because
Yeah. It's grown so
you know,
much and still nobody knows
no,
it.
people are living in silos. See,
Mm,
everyone has created their own universes, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have connected because we have our own universe. So I want to bring this all people you're in touch with on par intellectually, on a same wavelength with the same information,
Mm,
and then I feel we can do local action, I mean, if you're talking about data localization or something like that, you need to kind of connect to your. If you're talking about localization, you need local people. I can't
Correct.
talk to you in US.
Yeah,
For
we
data
won't connect. Yeah,
localization.
the there's a cultural difference, and also you don't
Yeah.
get to know. Like when I write about stories that are focused on like stories in India, right? I don't get much reactions or engagement on Substack because the subscriber base that I amass is
You're
not
right.
for they don't have a sense of what's going on there, right? So I'm trying to bring some awareness, but it is just awareness, and then you don't get that deep engagement. But that same story will matter a lot more to somebody in India because they live it, right? So that
Yeah.
so I think it makes sense. So let me ask you this: so you created this platform purely for your local Indian community, Indian writer, focus on Indian writers, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
It is not focused on Indian writers. I am not offering distribution.
mm,
So, because you are on Medium, because there is distribution.
mm,
Algorithmically, your article will reach out to certain people who are more inclined to see you. Because I don't have the users right now, it's just a month old platform. Maybe later I'll give distribution, but right now I'm saying send it to your friends.
yeah,
Send it to your nephew. Like you said, your nephew, 9-year old,
yeah.
read the book. Okay, obviously you have
Abhishek's
introduced.
book. Yeah.
Yeah, Abhishek. Obviously, you have sent him the link or something about Abhishek's book. You know, so I am saying let us bring our people instead of trying to discover a global audience. Let us discover local audience, and
Okay.
that local can be anyone in any country. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, I don't have the wherewithal to go global right now
Yeah.
because just a solo founder kind of
Yeah.
vibe coded app.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
uh, I I prefer to stick to India because UPI immediate payments I
Huh.
can do.
So yeah. So we talked about Substack. Very difficult to convert, especially from a
Yeah,
payment perspective. Stripe doesn't work in India. Uh,
right.
what was the problem with Medium itself? Is it just the model that you didn't because does Medium work in India?
I mean, I think before 2024, some writers said they are getting paid decent, but
Mm,
something happened after 2024 where Indian writers who I was talking to, they said like their income has gone 10x down. Like
wow.
it's like reduced divided by
Uh,
10. So
yeah.
I don't know what happened. I was not there on Medium that time. I was not. I was more on X and kind of trying to do other stuff,
Mm,
creating websites and blogs and all that. But Medium, I was not focused on writing.
yeah.
I also run a personal knowledge management community. I was curating that kind of
Mm,
stuff.
yeah.
But I felt looking at my income, like $3 in a year, I said, "This is no way." I mean, I just had someone gave me like 1,000 rupees in
Mm.
just a link I sent my uncle who is in San
Uh-huh.
Jose, and he said, "Manoj, you write well. I don't hate this paywall." I said, "Yeah, very good. This is what I wanted to hear."
Yeah. So let's talk about so
Yeah.
Substack again didn't work doesn't work for Indian writers because Stripe doesn't work. Medium the value is going down. You're not making any money even if it works in India for Indian writers. The payment is not worth it
See,
anymore.
I
And it,
wouldn't say every medium is meant for discovery. I think
yeah,
it's the best platform. So I wouldn't say anything doesn't work. Substack works if
yeah,
you can manage a Stripe account.
yeah,
Because Stripe is onboarding with referrals, but
yeah,
it's onboarding businesses. So if
yeah.
you're a big guy, you have a connection with Stripe India office, you can
Mm,
get it. Like you need to get that
really.
licenses and all.
So it's very
Yeah.
tough to get it. Like I
No,
can get it like within a few minutes because I'm in the US. I
yeah,
can
yeah.
easily
US, you can
uh,
do it online.
online.
Here,
So in India,
you need someone to give you a referral,
yeah,
and you need to get a license. Shop and if you have heard about that shop and establishment license,
yeah,
because that is something it's the KYC norms which our finance
yeah.
minister has made it very tough, and that's why they exited. Stripe had
Mm,
launched full year. They exited because the ministry said, "We want KYC. We want so many documentation." Stripe said, "Hell with you. We don't need India. It's a too smaller market.
got it.
You know,
Yeah.
the population is huge, but the paying capacity is like
The
0.01%. Like. So
Yeah.
Substack
So
doesn't
so
need it.
so that drove you to create your own platform. So let's talk about Likhai. Likhai
Yeah,
means writing, right?
yeah. It is a Sanskrit word.
Mm.
The origin is likhna, or
Which is writing. Yep.
which goes into Urdu and Hindi and becomes likhai, and
Yeah.
so yeah. So that is it.
So Likhai.online was your solution, and so a month ago you launched it, right? You
Yeah,
coded it on your
yeah,
own, like it was vibe
yeah.
coding. Vibe coding
White
is
coding.
lot of people don't know maybe about vibe coding, but it's the
Yeah,
way that you use AI to code. You
yeah.
basically give AI instructions. I've used Lovable, which is a vibe coding platform.
Right,
And there are many more where you can launch your own platform very quickly because it'll create
right.
everything that you want. So Likai, which I'm now signed up, um, is a very good website. I'm very impressed with how you've built it.
Okay.
You vibed your way to it, right?
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't know a line of code. I mean,
yeah.
I really can't understand one line of code.
Mm,
I used Firebase. I tried Lovable, but it's got a $25 entry fee. So
mm,
I just Firebase is free. It's Google.
yeah.
So I just connected to Google, and it's just. I mean, I think I built it in a weekend.
Mm,
And the first customer I got it on, I built it on a weekend. Monday, I sent my links to my friends, and three people purchased the article.
mm,
And I said, I didn't force them. And these are not like, one was a stranger, one was an acquaintance, one was some client I was working with. They didn't have any obligation to buy it, and they didn't know what it was.
yeah.
And within hours of launching, I got three payments.
Mm,
And I thought, I don't know, maybe this will work, like I got
yeah.
that in, initial boost, like,
Yeah.
beginner's luck kind of.
Mm,
And so I said, let's finish this, let's build more features, and
yeah.
uh, so it's
So
a
so now, like
yeah,
when I posted my first article yesterday on Likai,
yeah, right,
uh, it was very easy. I can just connect with my Google account, right? And then I'm already signed up, and then I
right.
just build a quick profile, which basically I think the main thing is UPI payments. So India is very very easy for
UPI,
people to use UPI. So you just put your UPI ID, which I have
right.
one, right? So that makes it easier for people to buy your article. And then I write my article. I give it a image, very simple. It's not very complicated at all. And then
Mm,
I set a price, which is either price for the article what that I decide, minimum 10 rupees or
yeah,
more. And then I put a
right.
price, and then I also put a US dollar price. So
Right,
I can even attract somebody in the US with the dollar pricing, and I
right,
decide that, and I publish, and it's published.
right.
No two ways about it. Nothing else to do. Just publish it, and then you can go back into your account and go and edit it, and do all that stuff, right? Um,
Right.
and I know there are other features you're trying to build, that'll come up.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah, the
goal, yeah,
editor I need to improve, I guess. That is the one
yeah, you build it in a weekend,
thing.
so for what
Yeah, yeah.
for that,
Yeah.
I think it works perfectly well. It doesn't crash.
Yeah,
It does
yeah.
its job, right? And then
Yeah.
my article was up there for yesterday. It was up
Right.
there. Um, so those who come to read it, they have the option to buy it.
Yeah.
So tell me how that works. Tell me how the readership works and what they do.
Yeah. See, like Medium has a friend link. You don't have to force people to buy it. You can say at the start,
Mm,
okay, it would be nice if you buy, but you can use this code Raj to unlock the article for free.
correct.
Okay. So you put that instead of friend link was difficult for vibe coding. So I used this redeem
Code.
code.
Correct.
Okay. That was easier to do it like in 5 minutes, that feature.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you do that. And if you have a pesky person who says every time I see a paywall, I get irritated, either give him the free 1 year subscription where you have this code you can generate and send it to that person, and that person will never see a paywall.
Mm,
And I've given 150 codes for that,
mm,
because for
got it.
me, your community is that Dunbar number 150, which is the maximum number of people you can hold together hold
Mm.
attention together. That's called
Mm.
the community size, ideal community size.
150
Okay.
is it? Okay. Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
that's the Dunbar number they say.
Mm.
Anything which goes above 150 is difficult to manage.
Mm.
So you should keep your community within 150, like the tight knit, like the
Yeah.
people who are totally synchronized with you.
Yeah. Your
You
solid
know
connection, your real connections.
your real connection, who are there for you day and night, and like very good connections.
Mm.
So I feel that is 150. You should build that 150. You should give it free. You should build that 150 readership free of cost,
Mm.
and they will promote your link. So we have a share and earn feature.
Mm.
So any article they can generate a affiliate link and pass it to their some contacts. Like I wrote an article about how to wipe code an app,
Mm.
and one of my friends' son wants to do it. Now I'm teaching him how to wipe code. Like I send him
Mm.
the article.
Mm.
Of course, he's a friend's son, so I gave him a redeem code. So there is a lot of, but you're generating a lot of social capital when you're giving these redeem codes. It's
Right.
it's like I want to ask you a favor tomorrow. Today I'm giving you a redeem code,
Yeah.
and tomorrow I have got something to ask from you. So
Yeah.
that works
Yeah.
because writing. I think the direct intention should never be to directly earn money. It should always be to upsell. Like I
Mm.
am a software developer. I'm making an app for one of my clients, vibe coding it. Like they got a quotation of whatever, like 50,000
Mm.
or 5 lakh rupees. I'm doing them for free of cost again, like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So I feel
Yeah.
writing is just a it's a selling tool.
Mm.
They read your article, they convince what you have to say,
Right.
and they come to you and they buy.
Yeah.
Because writing per se is not going to. I think you should sell it very cheap. I
Yeah.
I f- I advise all my writers not to charge more than 10 rupees.
Mm.
You being based in US, you have a different ballpark.
Ah.
Like what do you say, purchase power parity, where you feel 10
Yeah.
rupees is nothing. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
but here it is a big deal. 10 rupees, like
Yeah, I didn't know. So I priced mine at 100, like, which again, I was
yeah,
experimenting with it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But I also give the free code, but I also didn't want to give a free code just like that. So I said
yeah,
I put a I put a
yeah.
clue in there, like you do some work to get the free code kind of a thing. I just experimenting.
Okay.
So you have to go find this code,
Right, right,
this thing, and then you can unlock the.
right.
But I liked the aspect of the free codes because that gives you, because I was wondering, how do I get people to read this, because it's under a paywall. 20%
Yeah,
of the text is all you can see, and then everything becomes paid, right, automatically.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
then that's where you have the opportunity to use codes and even um, just to give those away, like you said, and then get people to come and read it.
And the other thing is, feel if people pay for your article, they are damn going to be serious when they read it.
Mm.
It's not going to be browsing like doom scrolling thing, like article to article.
They're true
And
readers. Yeah.
yeah, they're true readers, and you have a right to ask them for feedback. It's a very intimate bond, like and it's a
Mm.
kind of a humbling experience for the buyer because
Mm.
he's accepting that you are the authority. I feel
Mm.
that there is a lot of ego hassles right now going in, because
Mm.
I feel a lot of people want to buy it, but they don't want to show their name that
Yeah.
they have bought my article, because there is a lot of power play happening. I don't know how to deal with it,
Mm.
because the moment, because 10 rupees is not a big thing.
Mm.
Anyone can do it. It doesn't even take a minute of your time to get for the transactions to happen. Like 30 seconds I've timed it. But I feel there is a lot of this subtle ego play happening, that if I pay for your article, it means you first know I have bought it.
Mm.
Now you have the power over me to ask me, like I'm your follower. It's literally like that.
Yeah. So people
So
are becoming more careful about
yeah,
even following people, right? Because they know
yeah,
even that is a
yeah.
transaction they don't want to have.
Yeah, it is. It is some kind of because people are very status conscious. People who read particularly, because status is a form of distribution. Like
Mm.
if you it's like if you have status, you get recommended. Okay,
Correct.
so when people buy your article, they give you status, they give you respect,
Yeah.
and people are very conservative about giving respect to people who they should respect. Like if the guy has traveled to 30 countries, like this friend of mine who's a VC who's hosting me in this town, I'm working for him, has on his app. So he's got 9,000 followers on LinkedIn, and he gets like 200 likes and 30 comments, because he is proven, like, he's got the
Correct.
status marker that he sold his business for 3 times to a VC firm, angel firm, then exit, all that stuff. He's done that, been there, done that. So some guy like him he comes on the platform. He might be able to sell well, but
Mhm.
that's where I'm not able to convince those guys to come near, because they will feel bare and naked
Mhm.
if people don't buy the article.
Yeah, they don't want
Uh,
to invest in something if they don't know they can
yeah.
really attract their own
Yeah,
audience, right?
because money is not their focus, because they have made it, they have sold businesses,
Yeah,
they're invested in small businesses.
yeah.
But now if they are kind of
Promoting you,
coming to,
yeah,
yeah,
promoting
it's
you,
like,
then they have to be sure that this is going to be
yeah,
valuable to their group. I've met a lot of people, like a lot of my friends who are really in the
yeah,
same boat. They wouldn't do even a share. Or like I remember once, one of my like old bosses, like very good. I considered him a mentor. I asked him, "Can you do me give me a LinkedIn recommendation?" And I was working for him at the time. He said, "No, I won't give it because then he doesn't want to do that because that
yeah,
makes it.
yeah,
I don't know whether he doesn't want to be partial or whatever it is, right? But
yeah,
people are very, and and this was a long time ago, and I think it has increased only, where
yeah,
even a simple share is well
yeah,
thought through as to, okay, what is this going to do to my own persona, my
yeah.
own world, of this thing? What will they think? So we think too much about it. A lot of people do,
No,
which is
I mean, I don't say it's a bad thing. I mean, I am not saying it has a criticism. It's just an observation.
mm,
And people who have earned it the hard way,
yeah,
probably. You never know, or maybe uh, they have been very lucky.
yeah,
So you can just keep trying. You can't expect people to kind of give you that,
yeah,
open the door for you.
yeah,
You can, if you have the power, knock the door off, or just be content that the door is not opening. I'll find another door.
yeah,
So I don't care if you give me a recommendation or you don't come to my platform, because anyway this is wipe coded for a month, like, and
yeah,
I mean, it's just a beautiful experience. I'm meeting guys like you, and another
mm.
guy from Pakistan. He's made a subreddit for me, and he wants to interview
Oh,
me, and
really? What?
yeah, I mean,
Okay, that's good.
yeah, so I'm like happy that at
It's
least
catching on. So,
I mean,
yeah.
people are excited, yeah,
Yeah.
in a sense.
How so in a month, what have you seen in terms of Likhai's growth, right? So you said
Yeah,
there are multiple people you've given. So is it are you attracting more people from
I'm getting 2 user per day. That's it, not more than that. I'm just below 100 right now, and there are more readers. Writers are just 10, 15, I think.
yeah.
People who've registered as writers. So I am happy that, because like yesterday you pointed some bugs,
Hmm.
Patreon and all that. So I'm happy that I don't have that deluge of users coming in all at once,
When you're trying
and
to perfect it,
and
yeah.
I'm embarrassed. Like, I was very embarrassed when you said, this is not working, and then I saw the USD is not showing up, because every time you wipe code,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Gemini app is crazy. Like, it
yeah.
will deprecate 3 features. It will push one, like, so it show you one polished feature. And
Yeah,
I don't have a user testing that funnel,
yeah.
where you have some users who test your UI. I just push
Yeah.
it as soon as the feature is live.
Yeah, and when you're launching in something like that, right?
Yeah,
On a platform that actually makes everything for you, and you don't have you're not coding it on your own.
yeah,
I think that's the best way, right? I mean, you just have a
yeah,
community that tells you, hey, there's a bug, right? I think that is the power right now. Power is the
yeah,
community that you're building that is going to say, we love this platform so much, you're on to something, and
yeah,
we want to make it better for you. So I think that itself is a strength of where we are right now,
yeah,
of building such communities. I am a coder, right? Like my background is coding. Like I
Yeah, yeah,
built
you told me that.
websites, so my eye always goes towards bugs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So
my users didn't catch it. I mean, you were the first guy to look deep into it, and within I think half an hour, you kind of figured it
yeah,
out, like
yeah. Like I said, I have
while
an
we were
idea.
chatting.
Correct, correct. So you know, just for those who are tuned in right now, right? Especially if you're an Indian writer, right? Is that your pitch? What is your pitch to writers who write about India, I guess, or are in India? What is the pitch on to why they should get onto Likhai?
Uh, See, my pitch is the same thing, that you are not going for a global audience. You are writing for your nephew, like your 9-year-old. If you
Mm,
want to write something personal and you want to make sure he has read it, and you give him a free code, he's read it if you've
mm,
redeemed it, kind of, or I don't know, maybe your someone who is close in your community, like in your circle. I feel everyone should be kind of in a similar intellectual sphere, not siloed so much, like it's happening, because everyone is looking at a different stream of data. Like
mm.
my YouTube stream is different from your YouTube stream, so
Correct.
we have no common sense making tool,
Mm,
because it's all about sense making. Because today someone is saying US would be divided, some astrologer on Instagram saying US will be a divided country by July 2026. Okay,
correct.
like
It's already
this is
divided.
what this is kind of some all kind of bullshit is just coming at me,
Yeah.
and someone else will think this is a mad guy, what he's talking about, like,
Mm,
and you at least kind of reciprocate that positively for that.
yeah.
So I feel at least you have to keep your folks in tune with what is happening. You have to come down to their level,
Mm,
and this is the pitch for me, that this is not for global audience. This is not for discovering Raj in Tennessee, or Raj in San Jose. This
mm,
is for you to get your uncle, your
mm.
nephew, and your cousin on
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
This is a family community, and then you talk about data localization. Then you
Yeah.
talk about community values.
Right.
Then you talk about loneliness. Then you get off the device
Mm,
which you are addicted to. Do
mm,
something. The ultimate thing is to get off the device.
mm.
Like
So yeah, and this is localized because again, your community, your uncles, your whole relatives, your
your
so
phone book. I'm in India. My
huh,
WhatsApp.
huh,
It's the that's where I promote it. Though
yeah,
I send it
and
to my email list
right.
also.
So
But
it's local
your
because
WhatsApp.
it's not Substack, which they haven't heard about, and it's hard to get on.
Yeah,
It is not Medium, which again they might have heard about, but it's a whole different ballgame, right? That is
yeah,
for discovery. But
yeah.
Likai
No, yeah,
helps them even pay for the article. So it is easier to convert. Like I think there is a story there as well, right? Because UPI
yeah,
payments are in inbuilt into it. I can pay for one article or subscribe for 1,000 rupees, and I can get that author's articles free for a year.
yeah,
So I have the opportunity to individually go and find my writers on Likai,
yeah,
and then like I found the guy, advocate Nishant Kapoor, I think Kapoor.
yeah. Nishant, yeah, Nishant
I
Sharma or
love
Kapoor, yeah.
loved his article. Again, it is
Yeah,
not
yeah, really, okay.
the content is so powerful because he's talking about stuff that he's seen and heard in the courtroom and
Ah,
whatever he's able to disclose.
right,
So,
right, right,
so Likai has that power where Indian writers are can go there and also make money faster. Right, I think there is a pitch there, right? Because UPI
right.
payments quickly, you can start to see those
Yeah, I
add up.
mean, I mean, if your uncle doesn't trust you with 1,000 rupees, I mean, if you're
My uncle doesn't trust me with 1,000 rupees.
okay. I mean, if your niece doesn't buy your, if she wants to join your, if you're a lawyer and she wants to become a lawyer, and if you say, okay, I'm not making money, but I'm making a earn for the earn, whatever knowledge I have, I don't want to earn it, but at least I need that kind of acknowledgement. So
Yeah.
either you give a, she asks for a free code, that is humbling.
Mm.
People are hesitating to ask for a free code. I announce like I need to.
Yeah.
So people, some ladies, if it's
Yeah.
a woman, she asks. Men have a lot of issues asking for a free code.
Yeah.
Like
I think there's something there because what I do, like when I have a Substack newsletter that is it's very new,
Right.
called me free. I'm trying to write more personal articles,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Um, I've already given all my family members who I'm writing in a way about, and our stories, right? I'm giving it to them. I'm making them what a comp user, like so I can comp them forever free, right?
Oh,
So
Substack has it. Okay.
Substack has the opportunity to comp. So I do that a lot, right? I give comps
Okay.
to people who are
Really?
regular.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. If you have a reader, like I go through my subscriber list and I see somebody's activity is really high, they read all the time. I comp them, give them 30 days
Absolutely.
free because I want them to go. More I post, if it's under a paywall, I want them to read it, right?
Right.
Substack has that ability too,
Very
right?
nice. Okay.
But the problem is, again, I think what you said in the beginning, most people have no idea about Substack. I
Yeah. At least in India. I mean, I
Even in the
US. You said
US,
it's.
I think in the US it's changing now because I see a lot more ads. Like I see movies
Hmm.
on Netflix where they talk about Substack. So I think the founders of Substack, or the Substack team, is now intentionally trying to get more celebrities into Substack. They're doing more lives.
Right.
I am seeing the sound bites more now. I
Okay.
think so. They're intentionally trying to market it, right? They built a big
Right.
community. Now they are trying to actually get it that global audience. But the problem again remains, you know, um, if you want to attract organic writers, especially if you write about India and stories that gravitate to a local audience, I think Likhai makes more sense to me. I can still be on Substack, but Likhai gives me a community that if I'm writing about India, then I know they will resonate to it a lot more faster than they would on Substack. Because the other problem with Substack is it's very easy to get distracted with other things. You get on
Right.
Substack, the notes feed will start populating stuff. So they'll
Hmm.
intentionally want to download an app, right?
Right.
Your
Right.
Medium, the problem is you have to pay for reading. So again,
Yeah.
both Substack and Medium are trying to really, I think they're creating barriers that, in a way, to preventing your family and friends to come and
Yeah. And
engage with
another
you and all
another
that.
thing is like, suppose I just want to read one article from you per month, a paid one, but I don't want to go for a subscription. I just want that one article. I want to
Mm,
pay per piece, So
mm,
that is what I'm doing, because India is all about, we get shampoo pouches in 10 rupees,
mm. It's a
and
good.
milk
It's a good.
pouches in 10 rupees. So
Mm,
that is the idea, that I have made the article
very
price to be
smart.
10 rupees.
Yeah.
Because for us, it's a big, I mean, it's 95% of the population, they say, is earning less than 5 lakhs,
Mm, mm.
I mean, the
Yeah.
my friend was the editor of a newspaper called Scroll.in, Naresh
Uh,
Fernandez, if you
uh.
heard about this. And they used to
No,
get
I'm not.
millions of hits on the article,
Yeah.
and they used to appeal for donations. It was a proper news site,
Mm,
very liberal kind of anti BJP site kind of thing. So, I mean, he used to get millions of hit on an article, and his wouldn't get a one single donation, 100 rupees ka. So that
mm,
is the condition in India, because I'm not sure this will work for the audience which don't know you. That's why I'm never going to say go for a global audience. I'm
mm.
not going to say go for discover. I'm going to say go back to your uncle. Uncle, I'm broke.
Yeah.
Please buy this.
No.
I can
Well,
barter something.
that is probably an initial thing, but then again, I think you have stories to tell in India about India. You
Yeah,
write about it on Likhai dot online.
yeah, yeah.
Put a price. I just while you were talking, in 2 seconds, I changed my price from 100 to 10 rupees because
Okay.
your shampoo packet analogy worked for me,
Yeah,
right? Because that
I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy your article now.
then I'll change it to 20. Maybe you still buy it, right? But I
Yeah,
want to
I'll
say
still buy it.
how easy it is for me to manage payments because it's already connected to UPI, so that people can
Yeah,
quickly buy it or subscribe
yeah,
for it for 1,000 rupees for a year. It makes sense a lot.
yeah, yeah,
But I think the pitch really is you're building. If you are an Indian writer,
Yeah.
and you have stories to tell about India or to your Indian community, to your family, to your relatives, to your
Mm-hmm.
close friends, then
Mm-hmm.
Likhai.online helps you build that community, uh, set a price as well, right? Paper article, or give quotes for
Yeah.
free so they can read it for free.
Right.
But then it'll help
Yeah.
you build
Just
that
to
community that you said. Yeah.
Yeah, just one clarification. I mean, it doesn't have to be Indian content. Suppose I am
Mm,
going to a lecture or class on wokeness
mm,
in US, Ivy Leagues.
mm.
Okay. And I'm going to a university in this Mangalore where I'm living right now, and I'm
Yeah.
going to the humanities department for a guest lecture.
Yeah.
I can send them a link after the lecture that this is what we talked. This is the
Mm,
article about wokeness and how
yeah.
it has come about. And because these people are, they're basically humanities, and their curriculum is the same as the what is happening in US humanities, Harvard,
Mm.
and all that.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it depends
Content
on
doesn't have to be.
yeah, it depends on who you can tap and sell.
Yeah. Correct. Correct.
If I
Yeah.
have a database of 100 students
Yeah.
who are studying about
Yeah.
feminism, who are studying about wokeness,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll or gender studies, I
Yeah.
would do a deep dive, and
Mm,
whatever I'll, because these are students, if they think you have a perspective. So
yeah.
I mean, because I just did a lecture in one of the universities. I
Mm,
was doing that. They have a startup accelerator here, so I was doing a GTM kind of talk there.
mm,
So I just did an article and I sent them, and the students were very very happy. Like, thank you.
mm.
So gave
So
them a
yeah.
free
So
codes.
yeah. So it doesn't have to be content specific to India. It can be
Yeah,
basically
I
any
mean, the whole
content.
idea is to monetize, is to
Yeah.
just make sure that you earn that, 20,000 rupees is what it takes in India to survive, I feel. In a B town, in Mumbai, it would be more, convert that into USD, 300 USD probably, in a small town, and maybe 1,000 in a city like Bombay. So I feel you can make that via writing alone, but you have to be very smart and aggressive and finding your audience,
Mm,
and sell these five membership yearly membership per month, 5, 10, and you can make a living as a writer, and everything else is a consultant. Once you're a writer, you're a consultant basically, because
yeah.
you can talk about anything. Because you know how to think. As a
Yeah.
writer, your basic advantage is you learn the art of thinking, right?
Yeah. So, what is your background in this? Because you know a lot about the data and the kind of statistics about why people. Like you said earlier, 150 people is that community that you need. So find your 150
Yeah,
first,
yeah,
uh, which is a Dunbar number, right?
right, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I'm a mechanical engineer.
mm,
I used to run a factory, like a brick and mortar mechanical engineering business I inherited from my dad. So we had this 200 people working on an assembly line and all that, electrical switch gears and all that. So I shut it down. My father passed away very early. As soon as I joined business, he passed away, and I was more interested in computer and all that, because going into a factory is dirtying your hands, getting that, it was a little tough for me. So I kind of had a robbery. I sold it off, and I
mm,
started doing blogging and marketing kind of stuff, dabbling into content, and I started local newspapers. That's why
mm,
I'm more community based. I was
mm,
running two hyper local newspapers, which I shut it down a year and a half back. This is where I got this free 1.5 year Substack, which I'm doing now, because then I'm thinking and I'm consulting a few startups on go to market strategy.
mm,
And I call myself a GTM expert.
mm,
I do some McKinsey style reporting on evaluate startups, working with the accelerator here in
mm,
Urti. So I kind of evaluate every startup, tell them what is their GTM strategy, is it feasible, is it reasonable, is there a, should you risk it before you put some money, because a lot of people start pushing the money into marketing, and they
mm,
never calculate the chances, the probability, of
mm.
succeeding. So I kind of use a Markov's theory to calculate the product probability of them succeeding.
Wow.
So kind of, yeah, I mean, I feel simple stuff people miss. because once you're into the thick of it, like I'm into the thick of it, like this development, or, you can't think from a, you don't have a bird's eye view. So I think businesses lack that. So they need to treat the consultant with a lot of respect. And India, I mean, everyone is doing startups, and no one knows how to go to the market, because it's a very counterintuitive, startup, because it's meant for a kind of a hockey stick growth.
Yeah.
We have always been a middle class people who do business, and that is through status. Because if I have a degree from a US university, I've got status and I get recommended, and I build a B2B business. This is how I generate wealth for my family. I have startup thinking is very counterintuitive. It is something you have to kind of, take it seriously. Like, you can't just say, "Yeah, I'll do a startup," and,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And so that
yeah,
that led you to, so from your GTM expert, you had hyper local newspapers you created,
yeah, yeah.
and then you tried
Yeah, I sold
Substack for
those.
a year.
Yeah, I
You sold
sold my
those business.
hyperlocal business, and
Uh,
I thought it was never going to make me rich. So it was
uh,
better that I find some buyers, and immediately I sold it off
right.
the
Yeah.
moment I realized that.
Uh,
Because it doesn't work that way. And now I'm doing a this is like a hyperlocal stuff,
yeah.
because I'm saying,
Likhai.
but it's like it's a bigger platform. You can be anywhere in the
Yeah.
world, but you can cater to your community and friends.
Yeah.
So
So
the
so that
objective is same.
so it led you to Substack. You started experimenting with Substack, and then you quickly realized that
Yeah.
India needed something, and then that's how you kind of
Yeah, yeah.
coded.
I wrote an article on Medium why
Mm,
Substack doesn't work for Indians, and that
mm,
article went kind of viral.
mm,
And for a year I didn't do anything, but I it was pinching me that
mm.
article, and nothing goes viral. My article don't go viral, and this was going viral. Like, it
Yeah, that
was.
is the gold mine. As I think that's the goal that you hit, right? You hit a
Yeah, I hit a
awesome
nerve. Yeah.
nerve. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. People, like, I got 10, 15 comments, and I was like, this is strange. I have never got so many comments on any of
Mm,
my Medium articles, claps
yeah.
and comments, and throughout
Wow,
the year. Like, it is
very good.
getting like traffic every month. It is getting that 20, 30 views
Very
and all
good.
that.
I read that article
So,
because once I think Larry
yeah, you
Ford,
must have.
no
Yeah,
Larry, who's
yeah.
on the
Yeah, I
one of
think
my
Larry
friends.
is here. Yeah, I know.
Larry is here. Larry is the one who sent your article my way, and then I
Oh,
read.
is it?
So
Okay.
you see how this whole circle is connecting, right?
Wow. Okay.
But then that's when I read that article, which was very powerful, right? Which talks about how you know Medium and Substack has all these kind of models that
Right,
doesn't
right.
work, especially if you're trying to
Yeah,
build a hyper local community with writing in India.
yeah,
Then that's how you created a platform, which
yeah.
in a weekend you coded using vibe coding, which is using AI to code it, and then
Right,
the what was the first thing you
right.
had to do? So once you went live, then you just went and told all your friends, right? You
Yeah,
kind of
I published 2 or 3 articles, and I
mm,
sent WhatsApp link. I have broadcast groups, like, I
yeah,
know
yeah.
these guys are readers, so I sent it on my broadcast group.
Mm,
And within 2 hours, I got my first buyer,
mm,
and I was like, my razor pay 10 rupee, and that flashed kind of. And
okay.
then another 4 hours, another buyer, and another before going to bed, another buyer.
Wow.
And I was like, first day 3 buyers, man. Then probably this is kind of
You're on
going to work.
you're on to something.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
those are priced at 10 rupees, right? 10
Yeah,
rupees.
10 rupees. All the articles.
Very easy for somebody to do a UPI payment, a Google Pay,
Yeah,
10
yeah.
rupees.
I expected more because I thought 10 rupees is. Then I realized this subtle status play, and there is this
Yeah.
whole thing of people wanting to be secretive while
Yeah.
getting info on what you write,
Yeah.
because it's a lot of status game happening.
Yeah. That's the other problem with Substack, right? Because I can't put any,
Mm-hmm.
it is, I think minimum is $5
Yeah,
per subscription.
yeah, yeah.
I can discount that to a bit, but then again, it's a lot of money for somebody in India.
Oh,
If
it's
you
a big
convert
deal.
so if you're building a community and then you've got a lot of subscribers who are Indian readers, then it is very hard for them to kind of convert over to paid.
Yeah, India, no
Uh,
one does subscription. I mean, I have in my friends' family, I hardly find anyone except their business tally and all that, what software they use.
yeah,
Or Zoho. Now, Zoho is
the
rather
OCRM.
popular.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, Zoho CRM, which is for inventory management. If they have a grocery store, like,
yeah, I tried it
when
before.
they have
Yeah,
no choice, they will go and do a software, like, and that
yeah.
also they're using the same software for 20 years, like,
Mm,
I
mm,
don't know what they are like. India is very price sensitive in the sense.
mm. So it didn't work. So
I
Likhai,
mean,
10 rupees each,
we,
and then yeah.
I have a friend, Marwadi friend, who's doing like 3 crores in turnover a year, running a beauty business. He doesn't have a credit card, so conservative. Like, debit card doesn't have what you say, subscription
Yeah,
enabled. So they are so scared of these
yeah.
bank charges and subscriptions and all that.
So you immediately saw return on investment, like in the sense you saw the money coming through, people reading, you did it. How are you now trying to? You got about 15 writers, right? How do you try to
Yeah,
replicate that model to the other 15 writers? I mean,
yeah,
is it more about educating them on how to kind of create that hyper local community, what to do? How
yeah.
do you kind of like make that a repeatable success?
See, I feel I am probably going to get a seed funding. I'm the market for seed funding now. The
Mm,
accelerator which I've been working for, he said, send me a one pager proposal. I sent him. Then one of my friends, I already told you, he is like,
mm, VC.
angel VC kind of thing. I
Mm,
have sent him a proposal because I feel now it is, I built a baby. Now I will take care of the baby till I can. I don't want to abandon it. But this is, I feel every phase needs a different persona to get into the driver's seat. And
true.
probably, I'm probably a little escapist in the sense, because now the hard work comes in, like,
Yeah.
get the
Mm,
get the whole structure rolling.
yeah.
And I would ideally like to quit now. It's like that,
Mm.
but I don't know, I'll be lucky enough, but I
It's a true
certainly
true
want to.
founder mentality, right? Because you got the idea, you created the prototype, you made the MVP,
Yeah, it's getting traction. I mean,
getting
without any
traction.
promotion, I'm getting two user. I know
Mm,
I've got two other apps which don't get two
paid.
users a month,
Mm,
and here without doing anything, because content is viral anyway. If people, and with some terrible writers, I'm getting these kind of traction. If some good writers come in, I feel this will go viral kind of thing.
mm,
But that is the status game, which is a lot more in India. In
mm,
US, people are very agnostic.
mm.
They are rather straight faced, like, what you see is what you get. In India,
Yeah,
it is always status games.
yeah.
It
I
is.
think there is market in India, like, sorry, in the US, right? Because like folks like me who love to read Indian articles, and Substack has folks like those Indian origin, you know, Americans or wherever they are. Um, they want to see because we miss what's happening in India, right? Like the news media, for what it's worth, we don't know which one to track to tune into. Everybody's got
Right,
their own bias. I think
right.
which is why you most of our news now comes from YouTubers, right? Some good
Yeah,
again that is also getting kind of biased. Paid, you get people who are paid to say something, right?
yeah,
Um, Writing, I think, still has the power because if you are a reader and you want to read articles and so I think these I always look for these kind of communities where I can read like raw content, right? Like content that is
right.
really true from the heart,
Yeah,
true, even if it is on video or words. So I think there
yeah.
is power. People in the US, just I think there is a community here that you can tap into. For them, subscription is not a big deal, right? Like for me, the
Yeah,
subscribing to a writer on Likhai for 1,000 rupees is nothing for me, right?
absolutely.
I spend more on coffee, right? A lot more on coffee.
Absolutely.
So it's very easy, which is the experiment I wanted to. I alluded to yesterday. I have an experiment in mind for Likhai that I want to try.
Oh,
But
yeah, you were
huh,
talking about it. Yeah.
we'll talk about it privately, but I don't know.
Sure,
I
sure.
want to know whether it will work or not. But I think that is one of my idea is to kind of tap into communities here or
Yeah,
readers here through Substack because it's easier to tap into readers through notes or like videos.
Right.
And then see if they will come and start, because your writers on Likhai need to see that ROI, right? That you felt, that you got,
Yeah. Yeah.
because there is no
Yeah,
strategy. It's an open.
see, because I've been writing since 2009, so I'm like I kind of have a like this 1600, 700 people I've kind of carrying with me. Still, it's not so good, the monetization, and probably these people are just Gen X or millennials, like even Advocate Nishant. I saw his views, it's very less, like, I mean, he's just got some 20 views per article, which is not enough to sell. uh,
Yeah,
you know so I feel they don't have distributorship,
yeah.
like
They have to market it. They have to figure out how to market it.
how to market it. Yeah, they need this 100 people per 100 views per article to get that 10 rupees in, like, and then it goes,
Yeah,
kind
then
of
it
gets
goes well.
traction.
That
Yeah.
is where I think people still gravitate towards Substack and Medium, because whether you like
Yeah.
the algorithm or not.
So yeah, so what I say, put a Medium article. Say if you don't have Medium membership, go to Likhai, purchase this for 10, or
It's a
just
very interesting
because
idea.
I
Interesting
I
idea.
put all my articles on Medium. I say go to Likhai. If you don't have, here it is $5 Medium, which is very high for Indians to get a Medium membership. So none of my folks are on Medium. But for the global audience discovery, I put all my articles, like 50% of the articles on
Very
Medium. I
interesting.
say, go to Likhai, pay 10 rupees. If you're so desperate, read it.
Yeah.
But that game they have to play, you have to figure it out. And the whole
Yeah.
thing is, it's an experiment. You
Yeah.
kind of, if people are paying for shampoo packets, why can't they pay by for UPI for content? That is something
If
I'm
you're an
trying
ardent
to
reader,
understand.
right? Yeah, if you're an ardent reader,
Yeah,
then
and that is the problem with India. Indians are very afraid of writing and reading.
really reading also.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the basic common. I'm talking about not the educated middle class. I'm talking about the B town. Because see, what is writing is a proof that you're fucked up. Because you kind of, it's a confession. It's autobiographical.
Okay.
Biographical.
Depending
So
on what
we
you write
Indians,
about. Yeah. Yeah.
Indians are all for jobs.
Mm.
And if your HR finds your ugly face somewhere,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and everyone in India is for job, nokri and chokri. That is the two formula. 90, 90% of Indians are for nokri and chokri,
Okay.
or whatever the demographic dividend. And you get chokri only if you have nokri. And
Yeah.
jobs
And
now,
Naukri is job and Chokri is
yeah,
girlfriend.
chokri is the girlfriend.
Mm.
And if you are terrified of your HR, वो क्या लिखा है, and the HR wants a tool to blackmail you anyways. That I
Wow.
found that article there,
Wow.
and you confessed that you did something, and you ghosted someone, or whatever you did, and that becomes a, so in I've talked to these young people, because these are the people who are going to drive this platform, right? I mean, and these people don't want to write, because the people who are want status will go to Medium, because Medium gives you status, Substack gives you status, and the people who don't have status are going to come to Likhai, but they're scared of writing. So this might totally be a. So
Yeah.
I'm in a kind of situation because I can't attract Medium users. Of course, there are people who have signed up from Medium. I've got like 10, I think 5, 6 writers from Medium coming in last 4, 5 days, including you. Samriddhi, very intellectual article she's written about some great psychology and all that. So Medium people are coming. Some Dr. Radha and all that. She's great
You
writer.
know, it's easy to figure out who's a Medium writer, because as soon as you see
Yeah.
the headline or the title, you'll know this is a Medium post.
Yeah, no, they have commented on my article, so I kind of know.
Yeah, no, but it's
Otherwise, I
good.
wouldn't know. Yeah.
It's good you're attracting, because that's your strategy. But again, for
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
what is the strategy is really the open question. Right? Like, how do they
Yeah. Yeah.
generate that whole community? Because I know you talk about
Yeah.
students. I think I read one article, one writer on your Likhai who's a student who just writes in Hindi English.
Hindi English, yeah. Roman
yeah.
Hindi, Roman Hindi.
So she uses but it's all, if you know Hindi, then you can decipher it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know what she writes. Yeah,
but she's writing a lot, and she's one of
yeah,
those students who's writing about
yeah.
studying, and I
But
found it very interesting.
she's not distributing it at all.
No, no, no,
So
she's not. She's just writing. It's
yeah,
a journal for her.
yeah,
This is a journal
yeah.
for her.
It's a yeah, yeah. She doesn't know the distribution formula. I tried to reach out to her via email. She's not given a number,
Yeah.
but
And
she's
that's the
not
other thing.
responding.
Yeah. That's the other thing. As a
Yeah,
platform, you have to do a certain amount in the beginning to get your writers to flourish. And that is, I think, the stage you
yeah,
are in right now, is trying to figure
yeah,
that out. And maybe that is where you need partnership, not just funding, but a group of core people who will
yeah,
help you with different skill sets, right?
yeah,
Marketing it, like if you get your power users from somewhere or something like that.
yeah, yeah,
What is the strategy for people who are writers? Like Abhishek is, who's joined here, has
yeah.
he's a new author. Larry is an author. He's got his first book. Larry writes about India. Abhishek
You're right.
obviously is selling in India.
Yeah,
So what is your pitch? And again, I'm using the word pitch just to kind of help kind of get that idea. What do you have? I know it's very new and you're just still
yeah,
trying to figure it out. But what do you have for writers who can bring in their own audiences, right?
yeah. So one is we are paying every 7 days.
Mm,
So we have a clearance every 7 days, Monday to Monday.
mm,
Okay, so that is one. We have an affiliate link. So any one of your friends can share your article and earn. That is the second thing. And I think uh, 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 I think these two are the main pitch. And what else could be? Just paper article. Fastest way to get your article behind a paywall.
yeah, yeah.
That is the three pitches, and
So as an author,
we
right?
just
As an
take
author.
we take 10% commission right now. Has a Because we don't have GST and all that right now, so we are kind of till 1,000 users we won't have that problem.
Mm,
I feel, but as we get a become like a company, like if the seed
yeah.
funding comes and we proper become a proper, so the investors are going to say proper due diligence, then the fees might go up. Right now, it's a hobby project. I'll be paying like taking 10%
From the
from your
subscriptions or even the paper, everything. Paper,
paper. Yeah, paper,
paper. So if
everything,
I
everything, 10%.
10%.
Okay, I am charging 10%, and yeah, I have this vision of a writers cooperative, which you probably haven't gone through. So I want to make sure that every penny which we earn after our expenses goes back to the writers.
Mm,
Okay, so
mm.
people who are not in the top 1% of the writers also get some revenue if they are consistently posting like one article a week. We
So
have
so.
that criteria. So
Mm,
we want to do a writers cooperative.
mm,
But I feel the investors will hit me there.
mm.
They will. So I am trying to kind of avoid in that kind of investor, but I don't know how it will play.
Yeah, because they want to make maximum profit
Because the
out of this.
moment they heard cooperative, I mean, I can't even talk about this on a pitch. The
Yeah,
moment I say cooperative, they say, okay, this guy is a socialist
yeah.
and not for profit. We are thinking
Mm,
10x, 100,000x or whatever,
mm,
100x, and this guy wants to distribute
yeah,
after expenses. But
yeah,
I feel for me, this is a hobby project. If I can make my writers kind of,
yeah.
rich. So this is, I feel like, catchy. It doesn't take my, what do you do with your billions? Like,
Mm,
what does Jack Dorsey do here? Like, with his billions, create
yeah,
another medium or another WhatsApp or whatever. Like,
yeah,
so the idea
yeah,
is if distribute and create a different model, try something different.
yeah,
Okay, communism has failed, socialism has failed. Let's try this thing,
yeah,
cooperative thing.
yeah.
And writing is you're upscaling the entire country because writing is the way to easiest, cheapest content form, right? Video takes a lot of effort. For this web conference I need to have a decent expensive phone. Like writing
Mm.
could be like on a piece of paper, like,
You
so
could
you
you
can just
could
distribute.
easily journal. Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
so authors like who have their own books, they can build a community, because I think if you get some writers onto your platform, then they
yeah,
can bring in their own kind of, because let's say they want to continue on that path or kind of give snapshots of what's coming up, right? What's the next book going to be
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Um, Again, I think, and even maybe I don't know, maybe selling the
See,
book on
writers
selling the
are
book.
against snooty people. It's more like a status game.
Mm.
So I feel anyone with a lot of snob value is going to avoid my platform till I reach a certain stage. Like
Oh, okay.
tomorrow I get a big investor name, and so that
Mm.
everything is green light. Then it's like because with like medium is medium because of Jack Dorsey or whatever. Like
Yeah,
Substack is Substack because of the founders. Like
yeah,
Ivy League and whatever investors and whatever. So it
yeah.
depends on your. So everyone is going to come for status. That is where people come and contribute free of cost.
But that is not your pitch, though, right? You're not trying to build status here on Likhai, right? That's kind of
I mean,
my takeaway.
I am not in the status game at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm living a
So,
nomad life.
no, no,
Uh,
no. In the sense,
yeah, yeah,
you, the writer on Likhai,
yeah,
is not competing for status. That is the
yeah. But
differentiator.
it's the investor who will decide. Like, if I get an investor
Mm.
and he says, "Dude, shut your mouth. I'm paying for this.
Correct.
Whatever,
Investors can change the game.
I'm paying your monthly
Mm.
bills,
Mm.
and now you listen and do what I tell you to do because this
Yeah.
is I have made so much money in so many
Mm.
startups. I know
Correct.
better. So this is where the
Correct. They
founder's voice goes down, the
right.
vision goes changes. But I don't
Right.
have any problems with that. Also, like
I mean, which is what is the negative of Substack, right? Because a lot of people went away from Substack because of that whole investor
really,
play. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because Substack is obviously, trying to please its investors, trying to make and so it changed its face many
right,
times.
right, right.
There was a couple of years ago, there was this whole issue with, the kind of content the kind of people that they were getting on board who were into hate
Yeah,
speeches and all that, and a lot of people split.
right,
So
right.
it has gone through its phases, but again, that is when you're trying to cater to the investors, right? I mean, I don't know what your play or pitch is going to be to the investor and how you're going to build. But one of the things I was wondering was, can do you have a play for a Indian author, right? Can they
Mm-hmm,
forget about the investor game? Like, for example, as it is now, can they
mm-hmm,
build some sort of an audience there and there's value in it? Can they sell maybe their books through Likai? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But can they, because you have the UPI payment option, which is very powerful, I think, from a writing
mm-hmm,
platform perspective,
mm-hmm,
it is very easy for, I would think, somebody to market and generate revenue out of Likai.
mm-hmm.
Even if you take 10%, it's still a lot of money that you can aggregate with a lot of people. So, is there a play for authors to sell their books or content related to their books that will help them kind of generate revenue? That is what I'm thinking. That is the
Yeah,
question I have.
the format is article form, so they can, of course, add a Amazon link and whatever link to their book website, and they can sell. But see, we don't offer distribution ship, so every author will say, "What do you have to offer me?"
Mm.
Because they want distribution. Payment interface not very tough to manage. Like I can build a website in a day for author with a payment gateway.
So,
Okay, Razor Pay in a day. I mean, if not half an hour, it's like
mm.
wipe code it. So
So,
I think the major thing is everything is distribution
mm,
today. So once I have probably a million people on board, then any author would be chasing kind of to get on the platform. Like Twitter says, recommend this. The top industrialists are always recommended to follow in India
mm,
when you create a new account.
correct.
So, and they tell industrialists, you get on board on Twitter, and we'll send you followers. So everyone has
Mm,
this 9
mm,
million, 10 million followers. So right
mm,
now I have nothing to barter with the author except this
mm.
technology, which is I don't think is a great technology. I don't know why people are doing it. It's so complacent in India, and they're thinking,
What technology?
I mean, Razor Pay. I mean, it's just
Ah,
like
Razor.
it's just like a UPI QR code. It's so easy to. I mean, that was the easiest feature to build.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy, and I've got it on my website also. I can build that feature.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
your community,
yeah, I
the
mean,
ability to,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah, everything is about distribution. Is the chicken and egg. Like author will say, "Give me the distribution, then I'll come." But I'll say, "You come, then we'll build a distribution ship." The whole thing is you have to vibe with me. You have to
yeah.
trust me that
Mm,
Manoj, I like your platform. Let's look at it at a long-term perspective
mm.
because
Yeah,
I
that,
am
yeah,
seeing you as a founder member. When you
correct.
like, if you have joined Likhai, you are the below the first 100 users, so you are a founder member for me.
Mm,
So these are the people who are going to grow with Likhai. That is the kind of thinking I feel
yeah,
will go,
yeah,
and you have to feel like this is not a 1 hour I've talked with Manoj. This is a 20-year investment I've made with
correct.
Manoj.
Yeah, yeah,
That is my ROI for you. That
yeah,
when you are doing this podcast, this is not just a 1 hour thing where you got
correct,
content, I got content. This is a 20-year relationship, whether you keep it or not.
correct.
You have to
Yeah,
maintain it like
y-
once a month or once a year. You say, "Hi,
yeah.
Manoj, I'm there. How is Likhai doing?" And I'll ask you, "How are you doing?"
Yeah, yeah. At least in my case, I don't do things like that. So I'm looking for valuable connections, and that's why I think
Yeah.
if you can bring some writers on board. Again, I don't know about how distribution works in India. Whether
Yeah.
there's a local distributor you can bring to the platform, saying that okay, all of you guys who sell through Likai, your books can get a local distribution. I don't know. Maybe there's something there because India is
Yeah, I mean, there are a
very
lot of ideas coming through. This Pakistani guy was telling me go and meet the government and tell them. I was like, yeah,
what.
yeah, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. I mean, very sweet chap, but I don't know how he's work. His mind
Yeah.
is working. He's got a beautiful YouTube channel with 45,000 followers.
Oh
So
my god. Okay.
I don't take him lightly because
Yeah.
he's done that. Like he's shown his
Uh,
and he's prolific in medium.
uh,
He's one of the very active medium.
really.
Yeah, he's so I'm not taking him lightly, but I'm like government at this level where I'm like 1,000 rupees and
Is he
showing
based
some.
out of Pakistan or is he based out of
I
outside?
I I have not even
Okay.
asked him his name, but I've he's just the way we have talked. That's how I've
Interesting.
invited him. I don't know he's listening or not. No idea.
Hmm.
So
You can see who joined. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think he's here. Um,
yeah.
but yeah.
Anyway,
So again, and as we wrap up, right? I think
sure.
I'm really optimistic about where you're headed with Likai. I think there is a uphill battle in terms of how you're going to how you're going to make that success. How do you sell the the goals of Likai? Like, what is in it for the writer, for the type of writer coming in? Why those questions? I think are just
See,
you.
Raj. See, why did people join Facebook?
Mm,
Because their friends were there. Okay,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
Facebook is like the most vain, like stupid media out there, right?
right, right.
People just flock. Like people are joining
For the community, they have their
people are
community there.
joining
Yeah,
medium for, yeah, just for status, like to show what is the best dinner
yeah,
place I went on Facebook. I mean, people are now ashamed of Facebook, the
mm,
Gen Z, and so the Gen X's aunties are hanging out there.
yeah,
But so I feel every article is a seduction, is a bait for
correct.
a writer to join. So if you are writing, I'm sure your friend will come in.
Yeah,
Like I'm writing, so one couple of my friends joined in. So
great.
every writer will get 2 3 people, and that's
Yeah,
how it will grow organically. I
yeah.
mean, that is ideally I want, but
Mm.
I'm losing patience that I need a faster growth rate, not that 3 4 people.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of
Yeah,
marketing it, right? To like this will probably help get some revenue, get some awareness.
yeah,
But how do you while you continue to go for investors and have that conversation, telling
right,
them, okay, here's what Lika is going to be. At the
right,
same time, like I said yesterday, you've got to figure out how to build not only onboard like the two that you get per day, or that's great. You said
Right.
per day or per week, is it? Or two
Per do
users
per day, per day.
per day. That is great,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I think that's fast enough because you're not doing a lot to market, right?
Yeah, with development, I was not
Huh.
doing any marketing.
This is
I
just with
just started
writing.
a cup
Huh.
just with
So
writing. Yeah.
you get those users, but then if you get writers, your 15 writers or 20 writers, that it becomes whatever it is, in that small group of writers,
Right.
how do you enable them to bring in their own? Because you can only bring in so much yourself.
S- yeah, they have to share. Like I
Correct.
bring my people, they have to share the article. Like
Ah,
suppose you have written an article yesterday, you
yeah.
send it to
I'll have to
20
share.
of your
Yeah.
friends. Yeah,
Correct.
20
Correct.
of your WhatsApp group.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one person might join, one person might read. So
Yeah.
every article you said, you add two people, one reader and one writer,
Yeah.
or probably the ratio is not, we can't get a probability right now, because the we are
Yeah.
once we get to 1,000, we'll be probably using Markov's theory to probably guess what is the one, what kind of writer brings how many people,
Correct. Correct.
so we'll
Yeah.
kind of make an accurate probability
Yeah.
guesswork.
Yeah.
But right now it's too early for guesswork and revenue modeling and all that. So
Correct.
I'm waiting for 1,000 users,
Yeah.
and I feel 3 months is a good time to get that 2,000 mark, and
Yeah.
that's when we will decide whether
Mm.
is this the future,
Mm.
because like people buy shampoos for 5 rupees and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to get that subaltern layer to kind of read and upskill, because
Yeah.
that's the layer who needs to read. They are the people who need to read. We are overread, and
Yeah.
probably.
No, so maybe what you can help with, again, just again
Yeah,
spitballing ideas, is to help these writers on your platform, saying, okay,
yeah,
here's this community that I know is avid readers. Here's
yeah,
this community, so help them connect the dots, saying that, okay, why don't you post a link there? Give them like a cheat sheet of sort of, you post an article, post it into these places, right?
yeah,
Initially,
yeah,
you can do that because you've done all that. You built
yeah,
hyperlocal newspapers.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have communities that are
yeah,
already
yeah,
gravitating towards your writing and paying you for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Help those writers also find new channels to post their stuff.
Yeah,
Now, if they do
I'll
it or not, it's up to them, right? That is up to you. You can't
yeah,
force them.
yeah, yeah,
You can only
yeah.
show them the way. I think
I'll
that might
give them a toolkit like a Reddit
that
is
is
good.
important.
Quora,
Yeah.
where you say, like I'm getting like half from Reddit and half from Medium. All the two writers per day. So one is from Reddit, one is from Medium.
I think that'll
So
help because a lot of
yeah,
writers just don't know what to do
yeah,
next. They have tried, they have
yeah,
exhausted their own. They've
and
asked
these
their
are
uncles, they've asked their family members. You have
yeah,
uncles who
yeah,
don't even pay 10 rupees, and then they've
yeah,
asked all their communities that they have built all these years.
yeah, yeah.
But then they just don't know what to do next, right? That is where I think you can come and play a unique role with
Yeah,
Likhai.
and these are early adopters. Reddit and Medium are early adopters.
Mm.
They are already writers. They are already readers, and they are like immediately they log in and they start writing and stuff. Like
Correct,
I
correct.
think it's
Yeah,
a great place.
yeah,
I think we should. I think I'll send them a Reddit kind of thing.
yeah.
But
And build those toolkits on Likhai itself, saying that, hey, here's a
yeah,
here
yeah,
like
yeah,
pin those on the
yeah.
first page, saying that
I will do that.
these are
That is
like
the
some
plan. Yeah,
so
yeah, absolutely.
then they will know, okay, I'm going to post it, I'm going to create this thing, and I'm going to do all this, and then they'll let them kind of
Yeah,
see for themselves how it works, right?
yeah. I
um
think
I think that'll help because you
because
have the
Reddit, you don't want to read in-depth kind of 3,000 words. Reddit, you
yeah,
don't. You just want like a synopsis and probably a
correct.
link.
huh
So I think Reddit is a great platform.
so
Medium, you can cross post because no one can
yeah,
afford $5 in India.
yeah,
So you can
there
cross
is a
post. Go and read
teaching
this for 10 rupees. Yeah,
there is a teaching aspect to how to get writers to uh, not only hone their craft
market
but also market
market
their craft.
themselves.
And
Yeah,
that I think you are in a unique position to sell because you are already growing 2 users per day. You
yeah,
get to 1,000, but those writers will stay there because they're going to learn how to distribute
yeah, yeah,
and market where to and then you'll be surprised at how
yeah,
you start that chain, and then somebody else will post, hey, I've got these other communities that I have
yeah,
luck with,
yeah.
right? Because
Sure.
everybody is now, you know, unlike Substack, I think there is always this, if I do this, then will I lose some revenue because of that or whatever, right? in your case, in Likhai, everybody is basically got their own payment gateway,
Yeah.
right? It is, so they can basically share their tips and secrets
Yeah.
without the fear of losing somebody because of that. You see what I'm saying? Because because on Substack, right? Not
Hmm.
there's people don't subscribe to a lot of Substacks.
Yeah.
They have a
Yeah.
set number. They don't want to pay so much, so they will say.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So if I tell somebody, hey, subscribe to Abhishek's or your platform,
R-
they will still go with, okay, I've got two Substacks that I want to subscribe this year, or five.
Hmm.
uh it is like competing against that, like people, because it's expensive, they don't want to
Yeah.
subscribe
Yeah.
to a lot, so you might
Yeah.
get
Yeah. The
like,
commitment level has to be so high that you
yeah,
are, ready
yeah,
to kind of
yeah,
pay that monthly subscription.
yeah,
So for
unless
me,
you're
this
really
is,
rich, yeah, unless you're really rich
yeah,
where you don't
yeah. You
mind.
don't care, yeah, what your card is getting
Yeah,
charged for,
I don't know
and
the numbers. Yeah,
Raj is a great guy. Let it go for years and
correct.
years.
Yeah,
Let me support Raj writing.
yeah,
Though
so yeah,
that way.
so there's that competing aspect on Substack wherein you only want to subscribe to about five Substacks, and you're already
Yeah.
maxed out. I don't want to subscribe to
Yeah.
anymore because I don't have the money for it, or I don't have
Right.
this thing. But in your case, it's very different because people who are marketing, they're marketing articles. I can pay 10 rupees per
Mm,
article and get it. It's not a
mm,
lot. So with that
right.
same amount of money, I can get a lot more, um, value out of it. And this number game is not like, there's no competition is
I
less.
mean, yeah, yeah. The commitment is not high for the reader and the writer. Now
Yeah,
you have to maintain a certain quality because people are paying
yeah,
for your content. So you
yeah,
probably can't slack it out. In Likhai, you
yeah.
can slack it out because if you write, you earn. You don't write, you don't earn. But you have to keep writing because you have a monthly cadence.
Right.
People might push that stop subscription
Mm.
if you kind of start doing AI generated stuff, like I don't know.
Yeah,
People have sensitivities to
yeah,
all kind of stuff. Sometimes they love a writer and suddenly they say, oh, you have changed, like
yeah.
your style is not the same now.
Yeah. I want to open it up for any questions if anybody has. Larry, Abhishek, I know you guys are still here. Others, if you have questions for Manoj, who is the founder of a platform called Likhai.online, Yamuna, if you guys are still around, any questions for Manoj? We'll stay maybe another 5 to 10 minutes, and then close this out. But Manoj has created a platform that is um, hyper local focus in India, where as a person who has content that you're writing to an Indian market, whether it is content that is about India or not, doesn't matter. You can actually quickly onboard yourself on Likhai.com, be a writer, or even as a reader, you can go and find really good articles that you can pay per article, or get codes that the writer can share with you. You can read it for free, but it's very easy with UPI payment. You can easily just buy it with like 10 rupees or 20 rupees. It's very easy to find really good articles. That's the platform that he's trying to building a community. So if you have any questions for him, please ask now. So what is the next month look like for you in terms of your focus for Lakai?
Yeah, I'm going to chase seed investment. Like,
Mm.
if people are interested, because people have been showing interest to kind of support this idea,
Yeah.
because I've found some good vibes with a few friends. So I'm going to ask for seed. I've never done seed before, so I don't know how to go about forming a company and all that.
Mm.
So hopefully the culture shouldn't change. I feel my vision should not be of the
Mm.
writers cooperative, which I'm a little sensitive about. I
Yeah.
want to make it like a really a cooperative form of ownership
Mm.
of this platform.
Mm.
because at the end of the day, the writers are going to work very hard for to write. I mean, writing is not easy, and why not give dividends, like, and make it good to make a living, like, because
Yeah.
most of the jobs are drying up, and people need to find something worthwhile, and
Yeah.
writing is a great way to pass on experience, tell stories, connect to people,
Yeah.
take people along, create
Yeah.
projects.
Yeah.
So I feel writing has to be encouraged here. The whole culture here is very secretive. Like, if I write something, I am caught. So
Mm.
I hate that thing, because unless you can't tell it in writing, how I'm going to communicate with you? That is,
Yeah. How do you
and
express yourself? Yeah.
I have this huge problem with whatever projects I've been working on. People prefer to get on a phone call or a Zoom call. They won't
Mm.
write it down. Like,
Mm.
like Jeff Bezos says, instead of meeting, let's everyone write it down. I would
Mm.
love that style of management. If I ever
Yeah.
get to the top of the company, I would insist on a written kind of
Yeah.
meeting
Yeah.
where everyone writes the ideas down, and then they circulate, and then we
Yeah.
decide.
There's so much
But
of power in writing. There's so much of power in writing that we have. I think platforms like Substack, platforms like
yeah.
Substack, what they do is the notes feed. Because you
Hmm.
micro post,
Hmm.
you think you can just get away with a simple post, and then that is writing. I have intentionally started journaling this year every day. Right, I
Hmm.
journal my day in my own private notebook, um, and I used to do it, and then I stopped because I was in this Substack game. I'm
Right.
trying to get myself out of it, right? In that
Hmm.
whole journaling process, there'll be articles that come out of it that I will post. But the point is, these platforms want those bites coming out very fast, right? The micro posts, the small, the thought.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
that's a problem with social media today, that we forget the power of actually sitting down and writing our thoughts, whether it
Hmm.
is to publish it or not. I think that skill is kind of going away because we want to quickly say something and get out of it, right? We don't have the time to delve on it, things like that, which is the problem today.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, just creating white noise is like bad. But if you're writing prolifically with trying to bring clarity and educate people, uh, it may
Yeah.
seem white noise to some people. Like, someone today said there's a lot of AI content which you are posting. I said, for you, maybe for him it was white noise, but for me, I was creating value. For my movie group, I was
Reviews. Mm.
doing reviews. For my religious group, I was doing Hanuman symbolism, kind of, and to my startup group, I was doing GTM kind of
Yeah.
theory. So for me, I have to cater to all these groups because I am associated with so many groups, and
Mm.
I have to give them some content that they don't forget me, and pass on opportunities and projects and all that. Writing is not the sole objective; it is just the lead magnet,
Yeah.
to get the bigger contract, because
Correct.
this is not even going to pay your coffee bills, But if it pays and it makes it sustainable, why not? I
Mm.
mean, that is the ultimate aim with the dividend thing.
Mm.
And
Yeah. I think your writing
sure.
corporate, the writing cooperative idea is really good. Maybe
Okay.
instead of seed investments again, maybe
Mm-hmm.
your community of writers that you build will bring the investment that is required. They pay for the platform and the
Mm-hmm.
expenses of it, and then you become the writing cooperative
Yeah.
that you want. Maybe seed
Yeah.
investment is
Yeah.
not the right way to go. I don't know. I'm just spitballing again. Maybe
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
writer community will bring in the funds, put it
Yeah.
together. Maybe that is the strategy, because you
Yeah.
don't want to be another Substack. You don't want to be another medium. So
Yeah.
investors can quickly turn you into one of those, because that's what they see
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
success, and they
Yeah.
want you to go down that because it's proven, right?
Right.
But it takes you away from the originality and the real need as to why you're creating this. So so maybe seed investment is okay, but going to a VC,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe angels can fund it to begin. Some people who love
Right.
reading, you can find
Yeah.
those in readers, right?
Yeah.
Readers who have retired folks who love to read articles from the young minds today. they might be able to give you, let's say, 20,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees,
Yeah, yeah,
nothing. And then you get that. And then you get some of
yeah,
your writers who want to be on the platform to kind of pitch in.
yeah,
And then you create a cooperative,
yeah,
which
yeah,
then sustains on its own. Then it's a legacy that you build, right?
yeah,
For
yeah,
you, that is not about the exit game. In this case, you're trying to build a legacy
yeah,
because of your passion to write, because of the
yeah,
passion that you have to build
yeah,
community.
yeah, yeah.
I think there are multiple ways you can go with this, and
Yeah, I'm glad you gave this feedback because I was a little skeptical what you'll think about the writers cooperative.
I like it.
But you held back, and then you finally given a verdict kind of thing, which kind of gives me encouragement to
Yeah.
pursue that model because I was like, am I sane or completely insane to get this?
No, no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I
I mean,
because
you're
I
not,
think
you're sane, is what I meant.
yeah, because I feel that's a good model to try.
Yeah.
Give some respect to writers because it's
Absolutely.
really
Absolutely.
crappy out there in the sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're onto something. And obviously we've just met. I'm glad I
Sure.
pulled you again. I've been pulling people into their first Substack live. So I should be
Okay.
known on Substack as the guy who pulls the person who's never done a live.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So I'm glad you decided to do this. I'm glad to meet you. And I know we are now
Same here.
WhatsApp. We are connected. We'll talk more, but hopefully this was helpful for those who are listening in.
All
Uh,
right.
and at least I loved it. So I'm
Okay.
glad you're
Same
creating
here.
this. Yeah. All
Thanks,
right.
Raj.
All right. Thanks, Manoj.
Lovely. Great.
All right.
Have a good
Bye.
day. Bye.
Bye. Thanks everybody for joining.
Thank you, everyone.